Pour me a cup of that Joe. Welcome to the Teacher's Lounge, baby. Let's start the show.
What did they do to this? It's not in a pot. There's no dripping. Because that is the thing for me in coffee. I love putting a pot on and brewing and hearing that steam.
What do they do? They freeze the water, dump the grounds on it, and let it all melt? What's the is that a cold brew?
So they
And then you
grind
put it
up
in the
a bunch of
microwave.
coffee, and then they put a bunch of frozen water on top. Do not call it ice. And then you wait for the water to melt through the beans.
And then you, because I put mine in the microwave and I heated it back up.
Yeah.
So
That's
this
what
is
I
hot
like.
cold
I like
brew.
a hot cold brew. Yeah,
steamy cold
hot cold
brew.
brew is nice because hot coffee's too hot and cold brew is too cold.
Let me sip your hot cold brew real quick.
Okay.
That's as bad as it should be.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
That's
bad?
what you want in coffee is a nice tanniny bad taste.
Well,
I love courthouse coffee is my favorite coffee.
Yeah,
Mm.
I like it
That
when
coffee
I like
that's
it.
been sitting
yeah,
there for
I
about
like it
7 hours.
when they run 3 or 4 pots in the same set of grounds, same filter, same set of grounds.
Yeah.
Dump another pot of coffee through there,
And you better
that just
give that-
watery.
Y'all ever had mechanic coffee?
Oh, that's
Like in the waiting room of a Jiffy Lube.
Yes.
Oh, that's bad. And
Yeah.
boy, is
Sometimes-
that
That
good.
Oh,
old
yeah.
stained up white plastic.
Oh yeah, all the
coffee
cups
maker.
are
Yeah.
used.
I'll go and I'll pay my mechanic $6 for a cup of mechanic coffee.
Oh wait, are you guys thinking about coffee? I'm talking about the used oil they take out of a car. That's mechanic.
That's
coffee.
mechanic coffee.
Mechanic coffee. Yeah, they rip out the oil from a
That
used.
explains why
can.
you've been in and out of the hospital the last couple weeks. It seems like.
Well,
Mostly in and staying in.
Yeah, mostly in. It
and trying to
explains it.
escape,
Well,
but
you know.
not getting caught.
Yeah, for some reason I'm in a mental hospital instead of a regular hospital, and I don't know who dropped me off there. But they're not dealing with my ailments well. You know what I mean? I'm just as crazy.
Well, you're
as the day I
drinking
went in.
oil,
Yeah.
and you won't stop, and it's more of a mental issue. There are
And
physical
I mean,
problems.
let's be honest. We saw what happened with Todd's pain addiction last year, so let's
Yeah.
be careful.
It's still thriving.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, petroleum is moving up on the in the pyramid. I think. You
Take
know?
it from me, it's pain or nothing.
Oh, good God!
I mean, they're
guys,
calling
guys,
you the Tin Man out
Hey,
there.
guys, these new boards in here, I didn't understand what I was doing. I think we're actually already recording.
What?
Oh,
Hey,
a little Siri lady
Ah.
did say we're recording.
Yeah, I missed it. Well, guys,
I
welcome
think she
to...
was Syrian.
Oh, a
I think you
Syrian
called him
woman?
Syrian,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Syrian.
Well, that's what every time I get on my iPhone, I say, "Excuse me, Syrian,
It's nice of you to
please
say,
take
"Excuse
me." And people do get angry.
Yeah.
out in the world.
Well, let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Welcome back to the Teacher's Lounge, folks, the first, best, and only podcast pertaining to issues relevant to the Hamilton High School student population.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, oh boy, we got some good news for you today. We're back. We on campus,
are
baby.
back.
We
Yes.
are on campus in our state-of-the-art recording facility. Oh, good God, it's nice.
You
to be-
can't get rid of us.
I mean,
Get into the truth!
what is that from again?
What's that?
What's
Liar,
that from
liar.
again?
I think
Liar,
it's from
liar.
Yeah, famous courthouse movie, Liar, Liar.
He's I mean, when we talk courthouse movies, my mind flashes to the big ones. Liar,
Liar,
liar.
liar.
Absolutely.
Big Daddy.
Jury duty.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy. Oh, I love the process of the legal system, and when you can find comedy in it.
I think
it's rife with comedy on its own. If you know what I mean. The judge is wearing a robe.
Right.
That's pretty funny.
Right.
I guess I'm a judge too, 13 hours out of the day.
Yes, you are, Todd.
good, that's good.
Good grief. Well, guys, like we said, we are back. We do have good news for y'all this week.
I can't believe this.
I can't either. We all had our
of our
meetings.
interviews went off like gangbusters.
Swimmingly.
I mean,
I'll say this. We say they went off like gangbusters. Really, what ended up happening, in my case, you guys can fill me in.
Yeah.
Principal Henderson actually got food poisoning in the middle of my interview and said, just record it to me and send it to me.
no relation.
did you poison him?
Huh? I did not
Because
poison
that's straight
him
out of my playbook.
in quotation marks. I did not poison
I
him.
did not poison that man. You know what? This is. I can safely say that this food poisoning was not We weren't involved in this.
No. This was just a...
So you recorded your interview.
I recorded... he left me a list of questions, and I recorded them. I took 30, 45 takes, man. I wanted to get them perfect.
Oh, you had questions, too. We all got... He
I put myself on tape for the job. Yeah.
I put myself on tape for... I took about 35 minutes... and just went over and over again until I got my answers
take.
just
Oh,
right.
No.
Oh, boy.
Takes.
We had 30, 45 takes.
Not me. I did a Goodfellas.
Really? You did a oneer?
I did a one long
And
take.
it was also tracking.
Yeah, it was a tracking shot. I did a take through the streets of the city because, who am I but a product of this city?
Yeah.
And so I answered the questions.
It's almost like this city is a character in the story of your life.
That is such a good observation.
Well, no one's ever said that before.
That's the first time I've heard it. And it was definitely a character in my answers, at least, to the questions. I did have to leave in I left in a stop at a one of those hip new pokey shops. I got a pokey and ordered that on the way.
God,
and then
what
I did have
love?
to leave in my food poisoning in the tracking shot.
You know what I love? This new craze of pokey.
Yeah.
Lots of fish, sort of refrigerated, near the street.
From a tiny storefront you're not sure you can trust.
Yeah.
Any place that serves you warm tuna and it takes them less than 5 minutes to make it, that business is going to be around for a long time.
Yeah.
I invested a lot in poke shops and expensive juice bars. And
See, I was waiting for somebody to bring those up. Y'all know that's my cup of tea right there. No pun intended.
Juice is your cup of tea?
Yeah. Juice is my cup of tea, man. I love a nice fresh juice. You know.
Well, hold on. But before we get on our...
You'll microwave a hot juice and put some honey in it to soothe your throat.
Oh, yes,
love
I will.
a hot, cold-pressed juice. Now, Howard, because we have been rehired, but it is very tentative, this rehire, and we must deliver.
It's the opposite of tenure. It's tentative.
It's tentative.
Yeah. We're on
so
tentative.
we all had to promise the school board certain things and bait them into really rehiring.
We had to, basically, our jobs are being held as collateral on a loan based on our skills.
Right.
That's what I'll say.
Yeah, that's the easiest metaphor.
It's a very clear metaphor where we are expected in the next few months to prove our worth.
So remind me what you promised the school board.
I told the school board that I will take their newspaper from a occasional printed publication once a year to a weekly publication nationwide with greater circulation than the Wall Street Journal. That was my promise to them.
And you are not a great writer or editor.
That's a matter of opinion. That's a matter of opinion.
Or printer, really.
Well, hey, I feel like this is a chance for me to hone my skills, guys. And
what if we always said, overpromise, underdeliver,
Yes.
right?
We've always said that.
Yeah, and
We've always delivered on it.
Yeah, and look, I have a lot of plans. Okay, I have a lot of plans for the paper, and I'm excited to get into it.
The one thing we do deliver on is overpromising and under-delivering.
Exactly.
90% of the time.
Yeah, we fulfill that.
Yes.
So this is going to be tough, but I believe in you.
Tough? I don't know if it's going to be tough, guys. I'm an expert at drumming up interest. Y'all know
I
that.
see a lot of assorted writing here in front of you that you seem to be hastily preparing.
Yeah,
you have a deadline?
I have a deadline. By the end of the show, I have to deliver my first issue of the paper.
I see one article here, goats are the new horses?
Yeah, that's true.
It's true.
Yeah, the equestrian team here at the school couldn't afford horses this year, so they got a few huge goats.
Unfortunately, all the horses in the equestrian program
And when
died
you say
last year.
And now we have
when you
goats.
say huge goats, I did see some of those goats. Those are just normal sized goats, and I did see the equestrian team, and their feet are dragging the ground. They cannot hop over those.
Yeah, the only person on the equestrian team that's doing a good job is the one that just joined because they want to be a jockey later.
Yeah.
So they're tiny. It's a tiny
4'6", Martello Inverness.
Martello Inverness.
Well, I'm excited. I mean, that article
I'm
seems
excited.
like it's going to get a lot of eyes on it.
It's definitely going to get eyes on it, and that's the goal. You know, this is just the first step in a positive direction.
Speaking of eyes on, Sam, you had an interview live with the board. You did not put yourself on tape.
That's right,
And
no.
I heard it went very well, but you made some big promises as well.
Absolutely. I told them that I would fix the mental health of every student in the school. I told them that by year's end, there will not be a sad child.
You said said you'd cure ADHD. You said you'd cure autism.
That's right.
You
Well, I
said-
believe in the power.
believed this.
Yeah, well, I believe in the
Curing autism, that's a big thing.
power of positive thinking. We are what we believe we are, right? So I'm going to tell all these kids, listen, you better believe you're the shit. Because if you don't, you're going to be shit.
Okay.
That's actually a good tagline.
It is.
I don't know if you can say it.
Well, I hope so,
School.
because I just
I think
printed
you
the
can
book
say it.
jackets to 100,000 copies of my book.
You printed the book jackets
You
before you
started
read the
with
book.
the jackets.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got the design right, baby.
That's good. That's
This photo of you looks, well, unplanned, I would say.
What do you mean?
The photo on the back of the jacket.
Yeah,
of
it
your photo.
looks
yeah.
almost like a mug shot.
Yeah, that's the new thing in self-help literature is you show them your rock bottom.
Yeah, you show them at the bottom. That's actually,
yeah.
I think that's good. You humanize yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
That
I've
shot
been
was
there.
that shot was of me
And also criminalize yourself.
Exactly, literally criminalize yourself. That shot was me in the jail after I had blown up the airport before my deportation that is on hold because of this new potential school job.
They told you they weren't going to deport you for blowing up an airport
They're
because
very
you got
lenient.
a
Well,
positive.
First of all, they realized it was an accident. Second of all, they realized I'm not teaching driver's ed anymore. I've
Right.
completely changed. I am not behind the wheel except for private, and I have.
Which is a lot.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And I have fully.
Because to
changed
remind
my
our
life
listeners, you cannot
to
drive.
motivation. Yes, I'm not allowed to, and I can't physically complete it.
And now you've gone from an unlicensed driver's ed teacher to a revoked licensed therapist.
Exactly.
For the students.
And
Yes.
are you
I'm currently maintaining 0 licenses.
and your technical role here at the school is guidance counselor now, correct?
Yes, I used to work with the ASB, and now I've sort of carved out a position for myself called
That's great.
Department of Motivation.
That's
Department of
That's
Motivation.
great. Todd,
That's good.
Todd, you know a thing or two about motivation. You seem pretty motivated these days.
Yeah, I was able to get out of bed this morning, which is a big start for me. And I am incredibly motivated. As you know, I filmed that video, and I pitched them a women's studies program here that I
Wow.
would head up.
Wow.
You would head it
Because
up.
that's not something you see in a lot of high schools.
That's generally a higher education program.
Yeah,
And
which is-
generally headed up by a woman also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Especially not a man who seems to hate his ex-wife.
Right, and with so many accusations levied against him.
right. Well, who better to learn about women and teach about women than someone who knows nothing about how they work?
Is this class more of watching you struggle, watching a
The class.
and I don't mean this. I'm not calling you this, but maybe watching a misogynist grow. Is that?
Yeah, well, I basically the first line of the syllabus is it's chia pet misogyny, and so you're going to sprinkle some water on me. We're going to see me in some situations that I'm not comfortable in.
Yeah.
So
Catchy
the
title.
class takes you around and puts you in situations you're not comfortable
Where they
with.
think I'll be uncomfortable.
Now, what are some of those situations? Is it just sort of like
Yeah,
going
well,
to an event?
Having a
talking-
job interview with a female
Are we
boss.
talking? We're talking about everyday field trips, basically. Here,
Yeah,
too.
I mean, if I leave the house and have to interact with the woman, it's troubling for me because for me, for so long, I only saw them as one thing, a potential wife. Mm-hmm. And now I'm realizing that they are more than that. You know, they're their own human beings. And I'm realizing some of my mistakes in the past. And the fact that not only did I hit rock bottom,
A couple times.
I hit hell. My life was hell.
You crashed through rock bottom.
were. Is it true that during our chase with the law, you were dead for a minute or so, and you did go to hell?
I was pronounced dead, and I did go to hell. And let me tell you this. It's as funny as you think it is.
It is. Interesting. Funny. Now, that's not typically what people think of
Are
when they
you
think of
telling
hell.
me the devil looks how we think he does? Horns, tail?
Horns, tail, the devil is fucking jacked. This guy's
Really?
buff. He's sweaty and oiled up.
All the time.
All the time. The devil, I would say the best description of the devil was The Rock 4 years ago, but red. And
That's a good description.
I get it. I see it.
He's comically mean. Like, you wonder if there's anything he enjoys. He's so mean to you.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
going
that's what
to
you
he-
expect from the devil.
I looked around hell and I said, holy crap, these are mostly men. It's a lot of men down here.
Mostly.
Was there any women in hell?
Yeah, there were a few women. Let's see, my mom was there.
Did you get to greet her and say hello, or?
I tried to, but she kind of ducked out on me.
So she saw you and avoided you?
That's what I'm to assume.
What did she look like?
Okay, he's obviously taking a moment to really process all this. Todd's a little choked up.
What did she look like? She looked like she was happy until she saw me. And she looked as disappointed in me as in death as she was in life.
Wow.
And I realized I don't even understand my own mother right now. Also, she had a Hendrix Sucks tattoo, which she did not have on Earth. And I couldn't get a read on which Hendrix it was. But I got to imagine Jimmy.
Jimmy,
I imagine. I don't know any other Hendrix that anybody would get tattooed on them.
Christina Hendricks from Mad Men.
No, it was an
that.
X,
It was
not
an
a
X?
CKS.
Okay, all
She
right.
actually had a tattoo of a Christina Hendricks on her back with a thumbs up.
Oh, wow. Did Christina,
Was Christina
Hendricks have
giving the thumbs up, or there was another hand next
There was another hand,
reaching in?
presumably my mom's own hand.
That's beautiful. That's, you know...
I mean, hell was as perplexing as you'd imagine. But now
Well, I'm glad you are back, and I'm glad
I'm
this
glad we're
class
all
is-
back.
I found
Yeah.
love also, which I'd love to get into later on.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I met
Wow.
some.
You met someone.
somebody.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, but
Right.
now, Mr. Cravy, you learned a lot being an ostrich.
Yes, I was living as half man, half ostrich for a while, and I did learn a lot. I was living with a pack of ostriches, and you know, ostriches are known for their meat. They have really good meat.
Yeah, I mean, a
it's
nice
very lean.
ostrich steak, an ostrich rack of ribs.
Their skin, their feathers, obviously used for dusters and stuff. And I was living within them, and I was ratting a few of them out to poachers.
Whoa.
I was working for poachers for.
So
a
you were
while.
an ostrich informant?
were
Well,
a
yes,
real
I was living.
scab.
I was living on the inside, and I was having them picked off daily, and they were paying me pretty handsomely.
Wow.
So I lived for a while as an ostrich scab, but I was learning from these ostriches, fastest bird known to man. And I
Is that pretty much what you learned, or...?
yes, yeah, I learned that. They're very well, I could understand them, obviously, and that's pretty much all they say. They go, you know, like when you hear, like, you know how they sound, obviously. They're basically all saying, you know, we're the fastest bird known to man. Yeah, I know. Do you know? Yeah. They're just...
They're confirming with each other that they all understand their standing.
Hey, again,
in the,
you
in
believe
the kingdom.
you are what you believe you are, right?
Yes,
Ostriches
yeah.
walk around talking about how they're fast.
Very stupid, these birds, but they do know that fact. Anyway, I was learning from them when we would get up and going. I mean, because we'd run around. We would run, and we'd run fast. And I was learning how to run very fast. So when I had my meeting with the school board, I promised them that I would coach the track team and use my ostrich heritage to help because the track team here is
not very good.
struggling.
Yes,
Abysmal.
they've been struggling.
Somebody threw a shot put into their own head, and I don't know how that happened, and I don't even know how I can help with that because I'm mostly going to be doing long distance.
The first thing you can do is just point. Point in the direction the shot
Say,
puts
hey,
gotta
throw
go.
it that way.
But you know how they put it on their shoulder?
Yeah.
They just shove it right
went
into the
shoulder
back of
to
their
head.
head. So we.
But you promised a national championship.
That's what I promised. I promised to take from worst to first is what I said a lot in the meeting, and they were really responding to that worst to first.
And how much time have you given yourself for that? Is that a 1-year project, or is that a over the course?
Yes,
It's
gonna
not
be
just a trimester, is it?
No. Should it be?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think we're all making big promises, and I think
Because
that's
I said by the end of this track season they will be from worst to first.
Wow.
They will go from worst to first.
So you're not giving yourself much time to turn the ship around.
No, because they're well into the season right now, and I'm.
In fact, there's only about 3 or 4 meets left.
There's 3 or 4 meets left. That's right, but I've already had one consultation with our long distance team, and I'm showing them how to really get up on their toes.
Does this have anything to do with Wood Creek, that other local school, all of their track team getting sick? I mean, because you guys are playing them next week.
That's the meet
right?
next week is us versus
And all that other team is sick?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
That's very interesting. I'm assuming that you're saying that I poisoned them with bad lasagna like I used to do.
No.
to the opposing
Hey, we're all
basketball
just
teams.
getting started here again. We're not up to it.
Because I promise you it wasn't that.
We're not
and
getting
I'm going to
stuck in
take them
our
from
old
worst to
patterns.
first, and they're going to go from last to fast.
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. That's great.
And I did say that a lot in the meeting.
Hey, that's good. So, I'll say this. Having a goal is the first step in bettering yourself. That's something that I learned in the book that Sam wrote for me.
Thank you.
You set a goal and you walk towards it. Even if you can only walk, you walk towards it. And as long as you're making progress, that's all you can ask yourself to do. And that's what we're all going to be doing here.
Yep. I'm still blown away that we're back. I'm readjusting.
I know.
It's really tough to go.
The chairs
I've got
feel nicer.
I had been wearing T-shirts for so long, not having this job. Now I got this collared shirt on. I got a little rash here
Yeah, I
around
was
my
going to
neck.
say, it looks like razor burn, but it just goes all the way down
that's
your
an
neck.
unemployment rash.
It's a big rash.
Yeah,
also.
it's
not
big.
like-
Well, it's mostly out of control scabies.
Really?
And you refuse to get it looked at.
Well, that's what happens when you live as an ostrich for a while. You pick up a lot of these field diseases.
Right, because they probably have mite issue. You probably got mites a lot.
I do
when
have
you're an
mites. I
ostrich.
do have mites. But at this point, our relationship is symbiotic.
Yeah.
What do you get from the mites?
Protection.
From what?
Smaller bugs than them. So, like gnats.
Well, they missed the scabies.
Is that... Are you telling me that the scabies is bugs and the mites aren't getting rid of it?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
You got to have a talk
So-
with those mites.
Well,
wait,
I'm gonna threaten them with what's that?
Demiter?
What is that stuff you put in your hair and you comb through it? Lice medication.
Delousing medication.
Yeah.
You told
niacin.
me. You told me the other
niacin.
day in
Yeah.
confidence that you have pubic lice as well. I don't know if I
Wait,
was
that
supposed
was
to
more
share
of a
that.
brag. That was you can't.
He
Well,
meant
the-
to say it in confidence.
And I
So you
confidently,
don't want the mites to take care of
yelled
them.
to you that I have pubic lice.
because
Yeah, well.
to you, what that implies.
Sex.
No, it implies that I'm protected. I mean, I have a small ecosystem on my body right now. One's taking care of the other, and I'm obviously taking care of the food chain ends at me. I'm not taking care of anyone other than my 3 dachshunds.
Which I have noticed they've been sort of ordering you around a little bit. You might want to watch out on that food chain order.
I do live outside, and they live inside now.
Yeah,
I mean,
You noticed that you saw me in the doghouse?
I did. Well, I saw
Literally?
I saw you get cornered into the doghouse by 3 dogs that you are way bigger than.
Yes. Well,
And you were on all fours, and they were on their hind legs.
I'm still readjusting to being a human and being at the top of the food chain. I am getting bossed around by other animals and stuff.
I still, I used to joke saying who's walking who when you'd walk your dogs, but now there's no question.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You got the leash, and you're on all fours.
It's and they're behind me holding the leash, but they're also on all fours.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's really humiliating when you saw me at the dog park the other day. And you had a conversation with my dachshunds about me.
It was all about you because we couldn't relate to each other in any way. It was all about you, your age, what you're like at home.
Also, I'll
stuff
tell
like
you
that.
this, Todd. You got to stop going to the dog park.
Yeah, you do not have a dog.
I keep
What
going
were you
to the
there
dog-
for?
Oh, there to meet ladies. It's a good place.
You were there with your class.
Yeah, they took me there and they said there's a lot of women at the dog park that own their dogs and just take them there and maybe it'll be uncomfortable for you to even just interact with them, and it was. Well, as you know, since we've been unemployed, I grew a bit of a Letterman beard.
Yes.
A bit of. I don't know if I can't
Well,
see your
it's a
eyes
beard.
right now, Todd.
It's a beard that has school spirit all in it. It's not Dave Letterman. It's a Letterman jacket beard.
Yeah, what did you think I meant?
we were talking
Dave
saying when
Letterman.
Dave Letterman retired, he grew a gigantic beard.
Oh, did he?
You got your braid embroidered? Your beard embroidered?
Yeah, I got it embroidered. I got a lot of school spirit in there. I got a team captaincy in there. And I'm hoping if I fall in love with someone, I'll give them my Letterman beard. You know?
What do you mean you'll shave it off in one piece and give it to him?
Yeah. It's more of a cut than a shave if it's all in one piece.
Now,
kinda gotta do it
you
all.
did say, and we kind of blew past it because, you have been dating and we don't know who is here to stay, who is not new in your life.
This
But you
one's
did
it.
say this is the one.
I met the one. I met her. She's an artist.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Like me. I love the theater. And she's so bright, and she's willing to see me through my problems. Her name's Maria. And, I just think that she is helping me change a lot.
Wow. Where'd you meet her?
A incorrect misconnection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She was in a different coffee shop, and she had a misconnection with a man. I will say she described him much more attractive and desirable than me. But we got to talking about some
Did
stuff.
you catfish her at all?
Yes, a lot. So we got to talking, and I pretended to be this man that she thought she had seen, and I created a whole backstory for him, and I found a photo that seemed close to what she described, and I said, we can't meet. We can never meet.
Wait, have you met her?
I am in love with this woman.
Oh, no.
We have
Todd.
not met yet, because if she meets me, she's going to see what I'm really like. And I think after this class...
But you said you've seen her in the flesh. You have been...
Yes.
You've been inviting her places
I've
and
been
just
inviting
dining
her
near
places.
her?
Yeah, and what I'll do is I'll dine near her and text her a bunch of stuff, and I'll see which woman is checking their phone, and I locked it in. I was like, okay, it's her.
That's her.
And then I'll text her, couldn't make it, broken ab doing sit-ups.
Broken ab.
Yeah.
You can't break a singular ab.
Well, I don't think most people can. I think Todd's in a pretty unique physical position. And
Have you broken an ab?
What's that? Yes, but not doing sit-ups. You can break body parts crying, I learned.
Oh, no.
Just too much of a hard squeeze.
You broke
Yeah.
your collarbone sobbing in the lunchroom the other day.
Yeah, but that was from a sob that I kind of leaned too forward
This
on.
is true. I actually
but
broke
this-
my heart the other day trying to write this book. I was trying so hard to find it deep inside of me, and I ended up just sobbing for 2 weeks. I really.
You had a heart attack.
Yeah, that broke my heart. Yeah.
So
yeah. Heart
you,
attack caused by emotion.
You, Mr. Weatherman, you have a speech next week that is kind of the first tier of your promise.
Right.
You promised
Yeah,
you
it's
would
a
deliver
full school
weekly.
assembly, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
K through 12.
That's right.
Because there have been, just some signs of mental instability, just typical teenager,
Sure.
adolescent trauma. So
Sure.
you've decided to nip that in the bud.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
you got a speech planned.
Yeah.
Do you have any talking points ready for that, or?
Well, it's not so much what I'm going to say, but how I'm going to say it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We've all heard the motivational stuff, but
Oh,
the
so it's
whole,
more about the cadence.
Yeah, it's all about the cadence and the setting. Now, these kids are tough to get through to, so we're cramming as many kids as possible into the smallest room we can find, and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs,
And that would be
"Get healthy!
Yeah, I noticed.
Get healthy now mentally!"
I noticed on the invitation you actually rented out the janitor's closet on
Yeah,
Sea Hall.
Yes, I had to
Which-
pay him $250 an hour to rent out.
The janitor can't
that
actually
janitor
accept
is
money
making
for
a
that.
killing, by the
Yeah,
way.
he's
yeah.
been renting out that janitor's closet for all sorts of
We
activities.
should have him
Well,
on.
he's got-
He is a real
he's
entrepreneur.
funny.
He has got great
and he's
pictures on that Airbnb, so it's all about the pictures to sell them. So
You know what I feel bad. I've never actually met the janitor. The janitor might be a woman. That's my bad.
Oh, this is a good learning moment for me as a women's studies expert now. Hey, everybody, if you were out there picturing a janitor, women can work shit, filthy jobs too. It doesn't
Because
have to just be men.
That's what I'm thinking. It's not like I was thinking, oh, a woman can't have a powerful position. I was thinking, I don't want to picture a nice, beautiful woman cleaning up my diarrhea.
Yeah, and apparently even that
Is that sexist?
Sexist, yeah.
I guess it is. We're all learning here.
Also, you're
Luckily, the whole class is in here watching us go through this, and they are writing down a lot right now.
Yeah.
And nodding to each other.
Yeah, it
some of
seems
their
like
notebooks say evidence on it. I'm not really sure what kind of evidence they think they're getting.
And
Also,
they look like
I was gonna say-
city officials.
Yeah, and don't. I mean, I'm not pointing any fingers or claiming
You
to
are
know the
literally
truth.
pointing two fingers at me.
But a couple of these people are wearing badges.
Well, that's the style now, and
Okay,
I got to imagine.
Todd, it seems like you might be under investigation for something else.
What
Those people are leaving. Those people are
It's almost
hastily
like
leaving.
they can tell we called them out. Well, we'll see you in class, everybody.
And I'll see you in court.
Okay.
Perhaps.
One of them just said, "I'll see you in court, perhaps." Sounded a lot like Mr. Weatherman, but that was not him.
If I'm under investigation, I say bring it the fuck on.
Okay, whoa.
I'd
Calm down,
love
guys.
to be
We're
investigated.
four
Okay.
crazy
Hey, no,
teachers
no,
and we
let's
want
calm
to be
down.
investigated.
Honestly,
Let's calm
I
down,
am an
guys.
open book, and I'll see anybody in court.
Listen,
and I've said
no,
that many
guys,
times.
Guys, this is what got us in trouble last
Let's
time.
roll.
No, calm down.
Let's roll.
No, everybody calm down, all right?
Oh, there's not a
Listen.
thing you can pin on me, baby.
Go ahead and investigate me.
Let's roll.
No,
I don't
guys-
care. Dox me, baby.
Okay,
Guys,
Whoa.
calm down.
This is what happened.
This is what happened last time, okay? We can't let this kind of stuff happen anymore, okay?
Todd.Padre at sbcglobal.com. If you password.
Don't say your
I
password.
love my wife still.
Bill.Cravy at biscuitsandcravy.net.
Sam
Password.
dot Weatherman at the Doppler Effect .net.
Well,
Okay, I don't know why we're screaming.
Guys, really.
When we feel the police eye, we lose our minds. And
Yeah.
this is what happened to us, and we got to stop
I don't know
this.
about you guys, but I can't help but feel that the world is against me, and no matter what I do, even though I know I mess up a lot, it's everyone else's fault.
I sympathize aggressively.
Listen, guys, we got to take a couple deep breaths, okay? We are losing it here. We are fresh back at this school, and
You're
the
right.
first time we're setting foot in this recording studio, we lose our
roll.
freaking
Well,
minds.
you got to understand why we get so mad. 4 grown adults with folders titled evidence. I mean, I feel like
Say it to my face, you bastards.
say it to our face.
They're gone, guys.
Every
they are
time
gone.
you take a note on me, you better say it to my face.
Do you trust us or do you not?
Guys, listen.
Because I feel like if you're going to hire us back only to watch us,
Yeah. Trust is a two-way street.
Exactly, and when we're recording a secret podcast and refuse to let you listen to it until the end, we want respect.
Guys, listen, let's just all take a deep breath, okay?
You're right.
I want to let you guys know something.
Christ.
While your class is filing out,
I'm coming. Come
on.
Sorry, my dachshund's at the door.
It's okay. Listen, I want you guys to know that we don't have anything to worry about, okay?
Yeah.
Part of being a good journalist is that you find sources inside certain
sources.
agencies, and you are in. You ever seen Game of Thrones?
No.
No.
Okay, then. Well,
I don't watch HBO.
okay. Well, there's a character on there
Maybe
who's
that's
got
liberal.
little. He calls them his
Too
little
liberal.
birds.
Too liberal.
He calls them his little birds. Okay, and what these little
Do you
birds
watch
are?
TNT?
No.
Perfect.
Yep.
But listen, he has these little birds, okay? And what I'm trying to tell you guys is I've got little birds inside every organization in the school, in the community.
Really?
And in this whole state, okay? And
So you're telling me
if a story's going to get broke, nobody's going to know about it before Howard Levi's.
Are you telling me you're a Dr. Doolittle type? You're talking to birds all around town?
Well, I can literally talk to ostriches.
Right.
So are you saying you have ostriches, secret ostriches in this school that give you information, or are you just using
And it's
the bird
okay
as a
if you're not
metaphor?
saying that. It's
I'm-
okay. We're
I'm
just
totally fine.
We're heated.
I'm
totally
using an
fine.
analogy.
What does this have to do with Dinklage?
It has nothing to do with Dinklage, okay? I'm just letting you guys know. You guys are getting heated because you think there's this big investigation
So you
going
got-
on. I'm letting you know, if I hear any information, us four, will be the first people to know
Okay.
about it, okay?
All right.
So we can just relax.
We just need
and
to
do our
focus
jobs.
on our jobs
yes,
so we can
we've
keep
got
our jobs.
So, guys, I gotta get this paper up above Wall Street Journal numbers
Yes.
in less than a year.
And I also now, I got the bad deal at the gym.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Someone's about to get fat.
I know. I got the bad deal, and I got to pay for that. And I also have to pay. I got to buy my dachshund a car.
So wait, so
yeah.
you're telling me your dachshunds are controlling you so much that they have access,
They have.
Are you a little spend pig for your
They-
dachshund?
pig being the most operative word?
I saw your dachshunds test driving a Datsun the other day.
Yes, they do. They have power of attorney over all my finances right now.
Wow.
It's unbelievable what they've got me to do. But
Well, if you need a loan, hit me up. I am making a ton of money, and I don't think it's going to go away from the pokey craze that I invested in.
people are getting food poisoning at record numbers at your poke place.
Yeah.
Record numbers.
Record numbers is the key to that phrase.
We got to give Guinness another call.
Yeah. Well, I've been on the horn with Guinness, and I've been getting the runaround, the bureaucracy of these Guinness idiots.
It's hard to get it. It's almost like that thing's a dying franchise.
Yeah.
Almost.
I mean,
I still buy the hardcovers. The big silver hardcover that weighs 10 pounds.
Yeah.
You should.
Printed in color, $65.
I leave that on my toilet. I say take as long as you want when you're in the restroom. You're going to find some interesting reads in there.
Do you have guests?
What's that?
Are you having guests again?
Yes, I'm trying to have more guests lately. I've been inviting guests over a little more often.
Does it matter to you who they are? Or?
No, I'm just trying to entertain guests lately.
I saw, you've been pulling in people off the street.
Yes. Well, I found myself a vaudeville cane, and I'll kind of yank somebody if I feel like they'd be a good guest. And
Who are you yanking with a vaudeville kid? It doesn't seem like you get a very big person in with that.
Mostly small clowns, jugglers, duos. Anyone with a shtick, I'll yank.
Okay.
Shtick.
Anyone with a shtick,
And
I'll yank.
I'll bring people into my place because I find that if you can entertain anybody, you can entertain everybody.
I can lay an egg. Will you have me over?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can
think
drive a
that's-
limo. Will you have me over?
Well, you can't.
Shoot, my bad.
Well, today on the show, we've got one of our favorite guests. Honestly, I mean, it's rare that we get somebody who's so artistically
Creative.
skilled, creative. You know, we're four guys who sort of hope that our creativity can be expressed some way, and we've got a guest today who actually expresses that creativity every single day, and that is Ladysmith Black Mambazo, who is running for. I'm sorry, which office are you running for?
I'm running for school board.
School board. So you're running for the school board. See, that's I mean, that's good. So we've got someone who's going to potentially be our boss here.
Yeah.
In a certain sense.
Higher than the principal, is that correct?
Yes, it is higher than the principal. I am running for school board on the platform of high school lunches need to be better.
I love your
That
cadence.
is, yes, great cadence. That's a hot topic right now because the school lunches here are very, very bad.
That's true.
The current school board, Jerry Jeans, the incumbent. That's going to be tough to beat him because he did whip our schools into shape, but he is overlooking lunches for sure.
He focused so much on school uniforms, updating our school uniforms.
Yes.
But you want to update our school lunches. What is your proposed plan for our school lunches?
Well, you know, today I walked into the cafeteria and I ordered a lunch for myself, Ladysmith.
Yeah, it seemed as if you were trying to be undercover.
I was wearing a hoodie.
And then your long dress. I mean,
Yeah, your long
You looked a little
You
bit
didn't even
like-
have the hood up.
Right.
No, and I was wearing a very large head wrap. But the hoodie, I thought, would throw them off my scent. So I went in and I said, I will have your dog of hot, some of your tots of tater. And they were cold as ice.
So you don't want the food to be more healthy. You want it to be hotter and fresher.
Yes, that is my main platform.
So what's the benefit for the students for a lunch that's equally poor in nutrition but just served at the proper temperature?
I do not believe that young minds, like as such here at Alexander Hamilton High School. Is that what the name, is that which Hamilton it is?
Yes, I believe you should know.
It's a little unclear because there is a bust of Alexander, but there's also a bust of Lin-Manuel Miranda.
And there's a bust of Richard Hamilton from the Detroit Pistons.
Also, I saw George Hamilton, 1980s TV star, walking around the ways of Hall.
Now, this is interesting. The way you speak, would you call that poetry? Or
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, so
Poetry.
this is not prose.
Poetry in motion.
Interesting.
Poetry
I'm
in
just
motion.
fascinated by it. The more I try, the less I understand it, to be honest. But that may be my thing.
What I like about listening to you talk is we're all moving so fast and we're all trying to be understood.
Yeah.
And it seems like neither of those things matter to poets.
Those things do not matter to me, Ladysmith Black Mambazo.
So you would come in, and what do you think? Because a lot of people, I mean, myself included, would say, I'm not paying higher taxes for these lunches to not be ice cold.
Because you're going to have to buy, new fryers, better ovens,
staff. And so how do you propose fixing that? Where do the cuts come from? Where does the money come from?
Young man, I don't know where the money comes from.
Oh, this is actually an old man. He's 77.
I'm 94.
Okay.
You look 30.
Thank you. I rub canola oil on my loins.
Oh, just the loins.
Just my loins, and it soaks up to my face and pulls me tighter.
So I know on Thursdays they have pizza. Pizza is the only option, and they serve ice cream.
I came to the cafeteria on a Thursday.
Yeah, we saw.
I was undercover.
You were literally under a cover.
Yes.
You looked like a ghost.
I had on the top I had across my car when it gets too hot. And I don't like to sit in a hot car, so I drape it in cotton.
Yeah, you were walking around with a big sheet that said, I guess it had a license plate number drawn on it.
Just in case someone needs to issue me a citation.
And what was your problem with the pizza and the ice cream on Thursday?
I walked in and I said, "Excuse me, madame. My name is Ladysmith Black Mambazo.
You immediately said your real name.
I am a student here."
So a 94-year-old woman walked in and did not lie about who she was.
I was wearing a pair of shades I got out of a Barbie kit. They were too small for my face.
Too small is an understatement.
They were sitting on the tip of your nose.
They were squeezing your nose together.
It looked as if you were going to go swimming or something. There was like a clip on your nose.
Yes. They were much too small for my large face. My face.
Well, that's the other thing is they seem too small for any face, but your face is particularly big.
Yes.
I'm glad you brought it up because I didn't want to bring it up, but it is all I can think about.
When you have seen the things I have seen, heard the things I have heard, smelt the things I have smelt, tasted the things I have tasted,
and that's
your
mostly
face
cold
grows
food?
larger and larger.
Because you almost look like the DK mode of yourself. From Nintendo 64, the big heads.
Yes, I understand your reference. I was a big fan of Excitebike 64.
Did you play it, or you were just a fan?
I just like to watch.
So you got the pizza on Thursday, and you got the ice cream, and what did you want?
I wanted that ice cream to be hotter.
The ice cream was ice cold?
I put the ice cream in my mouth, and it ran down my throat. And I said, "Why, Lord? Why this cream of ice be so cold?"
Beautiful.
Yeah. Ice is in the name, though. I mean, you can't serve hot ice cream. You're just serving steamy cream.
When I am school board, that is exactly what I will serve. I will serve buckets of warm cream.
Now, what about the pizza? How was the pizza? Was the
pizza
at least...
was quite cold. You don't understand, and I usually like cold pizza. I've been eating cold pizza since the Pizza Hut Foundation began in the 1970s.
Now, is the Pizza Hut Foundation, is that like a Bill Gates Foundation? Is that a charity that is...
The Pizza Hut Foundation is what it was called back when it was still a sit-down restaurant.
Okay. Because they don't have those anymore.
They don't have those anymore. I used to enjoy going to the buffet, making a large salad of fruits and vegetables, then taking it back in the behind the counter at the Pizza Hut.
Hey, did you work there? Did you work there?
I remember seeing you.
You worked at the Pizza Hut.
You worked at the Pizza Hut, and you would get a large pizza pan, make yourself a salad on that pan that was huge.
And then send it right through the pizza
I would send it through the pizza oven. 15 minutes, I had the hottest salad, and it was delicious.
Okay, let's talk about your campaign, because I haven't exactly... all the other school board people are campaigning, and I haven't exactly seen any signs, like yard signs or ads. I heard that you are speaking at the Strawberry Festival next week.
Yes, I am. I'm speaking at the local county Strawberry Festival, Would you like to hear a version of my speech?
I would, yes. Yeah, I can't believe this. We get to hear a little preview of the speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jews and Gentiles, I would like to...
I guess that does cover everyone.
I would like to express to you my gratitude for having me speak here at the annual Strawberry Festival.
Festival.
And I would like to tell you that I will be running for school board. If you don't know who I am Poet Laureate Ladysmith Black Mambazo. And I would like our students' lunches to be hotter. Because with hot bellies, you groom hot minds, which read hot books and build hot buildings.
Now,
and do hot... Are you interrupting my speech?
I felt bad because I heard a rumor that you were also you had complaints about the school library as well.
All of the books were ice cold.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was just
The
gonna
only
ask.
thing I don't like cold, the only thing I don't like hot, is my vehicle. And that is why I drape it in a licensed drape.
Now, can I ask you this? There's been a bit of controversy, I would say, over you being the only person not running for school board, or only person running for school board that does not have a child in the district.
I do not.
And I know for a while you were trying to do an adoption on Rush.
Yes.
What ended up happening with that?
It turns out you cannot go to a school and look at one child in the face and say, "How would you like to be nurtured by a mother of my kind?"
Oh, I know that from experience.
You know, I walked right up to 10 different children. I said, "Excuse me, child, do you have a mother?" And they said, "Yes." And I said, "How would you like a new one?" And they all ran away.
And now this is sort of a late political turn for you. I mean, you haven't been active in politics yet. You're now
No.
94. You've mostly
Yes.
been doing some behind-the-counter and retail jobs for most of your life.
I have been a private eye most of my life.
Interesting.
I am a master
well,
of disguise.
Well, I disagree, but that's interesting. I would love to hear a little more about that.
Oh, yes. But I only told you about the Pizza Hut job. But I was really a secret shopper at the Pizza Hut Foundation. To go and make sure they were doing the right things as a sit-down family restaurant. But their orange soda was always flat.
I did see you secret shopping last year in that knick-knack shop.
Yes.
All things.
All things considered.
Yes. All things considered. And you were, I mean, you weren't exactly secretive.
I felt I was. I had heard I got a case. There was a complaint. Someone came to me and said, "Ladysmith, please help me. I have just gone to the knick-knack shop, all things considered." And I walked in and I asked for loose clothes hangers. I didn't want to buy a pack. I wanted them loose. I only had one shirt that needed to be hanged.
Someone came into your private eye office with this problem.
Oh, I thought yes. I thought you meant loose clothes, as in clothes that are too big for you and hangers for those clothes.
No.
Just a single
It's
clothes hanger.
individual clothes
Yes,
hangers.
yes.
Okay.
And I said, "I will get to the bottom of it. When do you need this done by?" And she said, "Today would be great." And I said, "I won't be able to do it until Tuesday." That day was a Sunday. On Sundays, I only sit at home and I drink hot tea. I drink hot cold brew. I drink hot cold pressed juicery. I drink hot toddies, but I put an ice cube in them.
You don't consume any food on Sundays?
No, only liquids. Because when the body is running on liquids, the mind is running with quickness.
That almost
sort of
rhymed.
rhymed.
Yeah.
I don't
You
mean
did
to
a real flourish as if you had made a rhyme.
Yeah.
I don't mean to try to poke holes in your story or anything like that, but you said someone came into your private eye shop and asked you to go buy them a loose hanger.
Yeah,
that doesn't
'cause-
sound like a private
it
investigator. It
seems
sounds like
better
a shopper
business
or a
better
shopper.
business bureau.
They weren't asking me to buy it for them. They were asking me to find it in the knick-knack shop. So I went to the knick-knack shop in disguise.
Yes, I saw you.
I was dressed as a bear.
So you sort of investigate things that aren't.
This was actually one of your better disguises.
A bear?
It was a real. It was sort of like a throw rug.
Yes.
You know those rug, like
dead
like a
bear
hide rug. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was not a bear. It was a goat.
It's more of a goat.
It was more of a goat.
How big was this goat? Was it a big goat?
A very
regular
small
sized goat.
Okay.
Regular sized small goat.
So you went into the shop dressed
Yes.
as a bear. Did
Well-
you speak to the shopkeepers?
I did. I had on some high heels that I got from a Barbie kit.
So on
You were in
on
pain.
her pinky toes.
Yeah. So you were walking flat-footed with something bothering your foot.
Yes. There
I
were
am
there
a
was some.
fancy woman. So I walked in and I said, "Excuse me, madam, sir." It was a man.
Yes, you immediately thought the man was a woman. You
Yes.
corrected yourself.
Excuse me, madam, sir. If it had been written like in my poetry, it would have been, "Excuse me, MADA -- sir."
Sir, okay. I see. You write
realized
write
halfway-
mistakes into your poetry. Gender mistakes.
Mistakes are the rawest form of poetry. When there's mistake on the horizon, there is greatness.
Here comes a rhyme.
Child son.
Okay. That was close. That was close.
Now here's what I want
good
to know.
attempt.
I fully support you. I fully support you in your
Thank
political
you.
run.
Thank you, Mr.
And,
Weatherman.
You know, we're trying to get back into the school. Everybody's good graces.
Yes.
Can I ask? I mean, what do you think of us? You've seen us around town. You know who we are a little bit.
Yes. Well, Mr. Weatherman, I'm always disappointed when I come to you
Oh, no.
to ask you how the weather is, and you have no answer.
Well,
for
yeah,
me.
I classically don't know. It's, my last name is Weatherman, so it's kind of been my life's mission to not fulfill that for everybody
Yeah,
else.
and you always ask me why I'm not currently craving a food.
Exactly. And I asked Mr. Levi's, does he have any jeans?
And
What?
You always ask me.
About
Bless me,
baseball?
Father, for I have
Bless
sinned.
me, Father, for I have sinned.
That's exactly
I am
right.
from San Diego, and I love baseball.
That is not a question.
No, I think it's interesting that you.
You ask him a statement about the Padres.
You'd make a lot of literal assumptions about people's last names, and you have a last name that literally cannot be literalized.
Exactly. That gives me free range to do it to everyone else. Because when someone else's last name can be literalized, anything else would be uncivilized.
Oh, that was
Pretty good. That was pretty good.
All right.
Have you by any chance had access to any polling data or anything like that about the coming
Yeah,
election?
because they have done some initial polls.
No, I don't follow that stuff. You already said that you had not seen any signs put up by me, and that is because I am taking a new approach to this here election.
Well, can we give you just a little bit of bad news?
Please do.
The polls are not looking good.
Wow.
You are currently polling at 3%.
Huh?
Yeah, Mr. Jeans is way out ahead.
I thought that my plan would work, that I would surprise win.
I feel
Your plan was to surprise win, so people
Yes.
wouldn't know who you are yet. Somehow you would get elected.
Yes.
okay.
And then I would be like, surprise. Because when there's a surprise win, we all can begin again.
Okay, I guess that is true.
If people vote on their local elections like
Yeah.
how they bet on horse races,
Yes.
I think you've got a good chance because you do have a very interesting name that I would
Yes.
root for.
Absolutely. Well, I think I honestly maybe your platform is just. I do appreciate that you need that we need to change the lunches a little bit, but I think that. Maybe you should adopt another philosophy. Do you have any thoughts on, like tuition or Or
do we need to have a tuition at this school? Like I know that's a big issue on the ballot. Whether or not we should institute a tuition at a public school.
A lot of the parents are saying no.
Yeah.
A lot of the parents are vehemently against
And a lot
it.
of teachers are saying yes because that tuition would be funneled into...
Mr. Jeans is obviously against tuition.
Well, then I must be for it. Because when you have a tuition, education comes into fruition.
I
These
guess
are
that's
gonna
true for a
get-
private school. I guess that's true for a private
That's
school.
right.
And so you're pro tuition.
Pro tuition, pro fruition.
And I'd be curious, just as I'm looking at this from the outside still, why do you care so much about the temperature of the food these kids are eating at a school where you have no children?
Because
Do you-
every day I come here dressed in disguise to eat lunch.
So you come here for your lunches.
You've been
and
here
that's-
every day.
Yes.
So this is just kind of your favorite restaurant?
Basically, it's like if you go to a hospital to eat, but hospitals scare me.
If you go to is that a thing a lot of people do? Do they just go get their lunch at a hospital?
Yes, they do, because when death is nigh, Bill Nye, the science guy.
Okay. That Bill Nye the Science Guy had no reason to be in that sentence, but I like him too.
He is good. Are you actually running, or do you just want the food, all the cold food, hot at school, which is your favorite restaurant?
That's more what I want. I don't really.
So it's
like
sort of a
politics.
publicity run. But hey, look what happened with Trump.
Yes,
You know what I
that's
mean?
true.
You run for to get publicity on your name, and then the idiots vote you in.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
maybe
You might get a
should-
surprise victory.
True. Donald Trump. What is a win for Donald Trump? MC Hammer saying pumps and a bump.
Okay.
These are getting good.
Yeah, it feels like we've actually. You normally think over time your rhymes would get worse,
Yeah.
but in this case, it
You're
seems
really
with each
warming
passing
up.
rhyme they've become better and better.
Well, I hope you do actually make it onto the ballot and figure out some of the, red tape that you have to go through to actually get on one of those things.
Thank you.
Mr. Levi's, you ran for mayor. Do you have any advice on how to get on the ballot?
Getting on the ballot is one thing, Because
Because I got no idea. Sorry to ask you.
I think there's some paperwork that's involved. I mean, I have advice once you've gotten on the ballot,
Right.
and mainly it would just be, don't tweet pictures of other people's penises.
Right.
But
You
No
did
can
tweet
do.
a picture of
No,
Anthony.
can
do.
No can do, Lady
I
Smith.
must.
Your Twitter is filthy.
filthy, full of.
You're
mean
at filthy?
penises. When there are penises on Twitter, you have something to jangle while you're on the shitter.
Okay. What are you talking about? You jerk off while you're taking a poop?
Hey, I am a woman.
I know. That's obvious. Okay, well, I think you should maybe get on Twitter, tell people that you're wanting to run.
Yeah, we can follow Ladysmith Black Mambazo on Twitter at filth,
Filthy?
at filthy,
At filthy.
and keep an eye on that race. Let's try to get that surprise victory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to be pulling for you, and
Thank you.
hopefully this appearance on the podcast is the first step in a positive direction for
Oh
you.
yeah, we've got tons of listeners. So
You do have a lot of to-go food with you right here.
I do.
Seems like it's from the lunchroom.
Yes, and it's just ice cold, and I can't wait to get home to put it in the oven.
And you're getting into what looks like the top half of a wetsuit.
I am. You see, I have another private eye engagement down
Where are you headed?
at the docks.
Is there? Do you have any parting words for the audience? Would you like to say anything before you get out of here?
Parting words for the audience. Listening to the Teacher's Lounge may cause you to have a scrounge.
Okay.
But
wow.
don't you fret your little bottoms. If you want them, I got them.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm talking about dick pics on
Dick
Twitter.
pics, yes,
Okay.
at filthy.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so
Ladysmith
much.
you,
Black
thank you.
Mambazo for school board.
Thank you
Yes.
so much. Thank you.
Y'all make sure you make it out to the polls.
Make it out to the polls, please. Like my polls on Twitter.
Look, before we go today, guys, I think we're all trying to hold each other accountable and keep us all on the right track.
That's
So
right.
I think before we go, we should all check in one more time with the vision boards that we have for our year.
Yes.
As you guys know, I said my goal for the end of this year is to win a Pulitzer Prize, and I'm well on the way. I got my first issue coming out literally as soon as we hit stop on the recorder today. My first issue of the school paper's coming out.
And it is not ready.
Well, It's as ready as it's going to be. You know, the stories
and it's
are
not
written.
ready.
Okay, well,
it's in a mess right here.
You just gonna photocopy this mess here?
yeah,
It's on
You don't even have it
yellow
paid.
college ruled paper.
it's an unorthodox format. You guys act like the same old is going to get us noticed.
Well, I hope this really sells, and I hope it gets you.
I do too.
Because I got to meet on Friday. That I got to get these guys up and going. I mean, because I told them in the interview they're going to run, and they
Can't hide.
can't hide.
That's great. That's a wonderful idea. If you look up on my vision board, it's all about motivation, baby. I have the picture of the one man who motivates young lives more than anyone else, Bobby Knight. Bobby Knight, the Indiana University basketball coach who famously screams his players into submission, couple chokeholds, and that's what I'm aiming for.
I'm telling you, I've been down that road, and I'm going to tell you now, it does not work.
Yeah, but hey, you got your first test this coming week with your assembly, your speech. We'll see how that goes.
That's right.
And Todd, what about you? What's your plans for the week?
You look up my vision board, and it's got a photo of me walking down the aisle, and I'm wearing a wedding dress and a tuxedo. Because I want to walk down the aisle and be an equal partner with the person I'm walking down
I see.
with.
So you want to see what it's like to live in a woman's shoes when she's getting married.
Yeah, well, I just want to be, I don't want to say you have to wear the dress, I wear the tuxedo. Everything is equal now. You can be a janitor. You can be, what are some other garbage jobs that no one wants?
Man.
A garbage man.
Garbage woman.
Yes.
A garbage woman. Oh, wow. See, it's in the language.
It's in the language.
Do you see how it's in the language here?
pervasive.
So I'm trying to understand that every day. Me and my class next week, they are taking me to a yoga class.
Hot yoga or regular?
Because you
I think they said the hottest yoga in town.
you used to. It's not billed as hot yoga, but it's just a bad yoga studio.
Yeah, it's a yoga studio that's right under the laundromat. And it's
All the dryers
all the
exhaust.
dryers are comes into the studio.
Jesus.
Good grief. That
Because you
is gonna
used
be
to
hot and
heckle.
dry.
You used to heckle yoga classes and say this is bullshit, lady stuff.
I used to say, yeah, I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth. This is bullshit lady stuff. We'll see you at the gym, not.
You famously never worked out before, right?
No, I was about 420, 435 when I was doing this.
All right. Well, hey, we got a lot to work on this week. We're all really excited again to be back at the school. We want to thank our guests today, Ladysmith Black Mambazo. If you are interested in voting, maybe give her a thought.
Think about her while you vote for Mr. Jeans.
You're also going to have to give her a write-in.
Yeah.
she's not
I
on the
don't think
ballot.
she filed the paperwork to be on the ballot, but maybe by the power of suggestion, we'll get those school lunches a little bit hotter just from bringing the issue up. But yeah, thank y'all so much for listening.
Can I just say before we go how proud I am of you, Mr. Levis?
I appreciate that. What for?
Because you have had one of the most tragic stories of all time, and now you are turned around. You're believing in the power of intention, the positivity of light.
Yeah.
And you still don't look great, but you're trying.
No, thank you though. Yeah, thank you for noticing. This is what I mean. This is what we need. We need Sam Weatherman.
You do look a little pale, and if I can recommend silverfish, those little centipede-like animals, I have a few of those living on me, and they will bump your color up.
Bump my color up. Great.
It'll be green, but they'll bump it up.
Yeah.
Okay, well that'll work. But yeah, thanks again for listening, everybody.
You look terrible.
All right.
Stay flippy!
Class is out and the cold is on. I got a couple things on my chest to get off. Listen slack and pour me a